1978's forgotten music is worth bringing back. For those of you who lived through this remarkable era, get ready to revisit some memories. If you're new to the channel, you're about to discover why 1978 was a pivotal year for music innovation. Let's start with Cheryl Lynn's Got to Be Real. Before her breakthrough, Lynn was a wedding singer in Los Angeles, but her path to stardom came through an unexpected source: The Gong Show. Yes, that same variety show that gave us countless cringeworthy moments actually launched a legitimate star. Lynn appeared on the show in 1976, performing Joe Cocker's You Are So Beautiful, and surprisingly won the competition. The experience gave her the confidence to pursue a serious music career, leading to her signing with Columbia Records. What many don't know is that Got to Be Real almost never made it to production. The song was initially rejected by several producers who thought its fusion of disco and R&B was too experimental for the time. David Paich and David Foster, who would later gain fame with Toto, saw the potential and helped craft the final version. Their production elevated Lynn's powerful vocals and created a sound that would influence dance music for decades. Here's something that might surprise you. The iconic bass line in Got to Be Real was actually recorded backwards and then reversed in post-production to create its distinctive sound. This innovative recording technique was cutting edge for 1978 and helped set the song apart. Moving on to the O'Jays' Used to Be My Girl. This track came during a tumultuous time for the group. The O'Jays had been performing since 1958, but by 1978, internal tensions were threatening to tear the band apart. Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, their longtime producers, were dealing with their own conflicts, and the pressure was evident during recording sessions.
And I'll tell you so, you used to be my girl.
Despite the behind-the-scenes drama, or perhaps because of it, the emotional depth in Used to Be My Girl resonated with audiences. The song's lyrics about lost love struck a chord with listeners, but few knew it was partially inspired by Eddie Levert's personal life. The recording sessions were so intense that they had to be spread across 3 different studios in Philadelphia to accommodate the growing tensions between band members. A fascinating detail about this track: the distinctive string arrangement was actually performed by members of the Philadelphia Orchestra during their lunch break. They were recording a classical piece in an adjacent studio and agreed to contribute to the session for a case of beer and some hoagies. Tavares brought us Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel Part 2 during a period when the 5 brothers were actually 7. 2 brothers had left the group due to creative differences just before their rise to fame. The remaining 5 pushed forward, but the family dynamic was strained, particularly during the recording of this track.
Must be missing an angel.
The Part 2 designation wasn't just a marketing gimmick. The original version was dramatically different, recorded as a slow ballad. When Disco Fever hit, producer Freddie Perrin convinced the group to re-record it with a faster tempo. Some band members were strongly opposed to the change, leading to heated arguments in the studio. The disco version won out, and history proves it was the right choice. The smooth harmonies that made this song special came from years of practice in their father's garage in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Their father would lock them in until they got their harmonies perfect, sometimes for hours at a time. Hey, if you're enjoying this trip down memory lane, take a moment to hit that like button. Share your memories of these songs in the comments below. Did you dance to them at your wedding, first date, school dance? Don't forget to subscribe to catch more videos about the music that shaped our lives. The Michael Zager Band's Let's All Chant emerged from New York's underground club scene, where Zager had been experimenting with different musical formulas. The band was actually a rotating collective of session musicians, and the lineup changed frequently. This led to tension with record labels who wanted a consistent group image to market. The repetitive ah-ah, ee vocal hook that made the song famous was originally a placeholder. Zager intended to replace it with proper lyrics, but couldn't find anything that worked better. The simplicity of the chant became its strength, crossing language barriers and making it a global hit. The track was recorded in a single marathon 16-hour session fueled by nothing but coffee and determination. Little known fact, the distinctive synthesizer sound in Let's All Chant came from a malfunctioning Moog that was scheduled to be thrown out. The engineer decided to use it anyway, and its quirky sound became a key part of the song's appeal. Funk Shun's Shake and Dance With Me came during a period when the band was essentially homeless. They had relocated from Vallejo, California to Memphis, Tennessee, living in a single hotel room while trying to break into the music scene. The hardship created a unique bond that translated into their tight musical performance. The band's name itself caused controversy. Originally called Project Soul, they changed their name to Funk Shun as a play on the word confusion, but many radio stations initially refused to play their music, thinking the name was too suggestive. The controversy actually helped build their reputation in clubs, where DJs embraced their funky sound and helped create a grassroots following. Here's something unexpected. The iconic horn section in Shake and Dance With Me was recorded in a bathroom. The studio's main room was too large and created too much echo, so they crammed the entire horn section into the bathroom to get that right sound. Shalamar's Take That to the Bank marked a turning point for the group, but few people know about the chaos behind its creation. The original lineup had completely dissolved, and the song was recorded with session singers before Jeffrey Daniel and Jody Watley were brought in as the new faces of Shalamar. This practice was common in disco, but it created tension when the new members had to perform the song live. The track's success led to a complete overhaul of how Soul Train Enterprises, which managed the group, operated. Don Cornelius was initially against releasing the song, thinking it was too different from their previous work. The conflict led to a restructuring of the entire organization and changed how they developed new artists. The banking theme lyrics weren't just a catchy phrase. They were inspired by an actual bank robbery that occurred near the recording studio during the sessions. The songwriter witnessed the getaway and incorporated elements of the excitement into the lyrics. If these stories are bringing back memories, don't keep them to yourself. Hit that subscribe button and share this video with your friends who lived through this incredible era. Let's keep these musical memories alive together. Drop a comment below telling us where you were when you first heard these songs. Hot Chocolate's Everyone's a Winner showcased the band's unique approach to mixing rock and soul, but it came at a price. The band faced significant pushback from both rock and R&B radio stations who couldn't decide how to categorize them. Lead singer Errol Brown's distinctive vocal style was actually the result of a throat condition that doctors said would end his singing career.
Everyone's a winner, baby, that's the truth. It's the truth.
The song's famous guitar riff was created using a custom-built effects pedal that was destroyed immediately after the recording. The band's producer believed that keeping the pedal would tempt them to recreate the sound on other tracks, and he wanted it to remain unique to this song. The decision created ongoing tension with the record label, who wanted to replicate the sound for future releases. Unknown to many fans, the band recorded an entirely different version of the song with a reggae beat. This version remained unreleased until a studio fire destroyed the master tapes in 1979, making the disco rock version we know the only surviving recording. The Jacksons' Blame It on the Boogie came during a period of significant change for the group. They were asserting their independence from Motown and Father Joe Jackson's influence, but internal family dynamics were creating intense studio sessions. The song was actually written by Michael Jackson's British namesake, causing legal confusion that nearly prevented its release.
Don't blame it on the sunshine, don't blame it on the moonlight.
The track's production marked the first time Michael Jackson took a leading role in arranging vocals, a skill he would later perfect on his solo albums. The vocal arrangements were so complex that they required 48 separate tracks, pushing the recording technology of 1978 to its absolute limits. Several engineers quit during the sessions, claiming the demands were impossible. The song's signature sunshine dance moves were created by accident. During rehearsals, Jackie Jackson slipped on a wet spot on the floor, and the brothers incorporated his recovery move into the choreography. Chaka Khan's I'm Every Woman represented a bold statement of independence, both musically and personally. Khan was breaking away from Rufus, and the song's message of female empowerment caused controversy with radio programmers who thought it was too assertive for 1978 audiences. The recording sessions were complicated by Khan's insistence on recording her vocals in complete darkness. Written by Ashford and Simpson, the song was initially offered to Donna Summer, who turned it down. Khan's interpretation brought a raw energy that transformed the song from a simple disco track into a powerful statement of identity. The backing vocals included an uncredited Whitney Houston, who would later cover the song in 1992. An interesting detail, the distinctive synthesizer sound throughout the track was actually created by Stevie Wonder, who played on the session uncredited because of contract restrictions with Motown. Giorgio Moroder's Chase pushed the boundaries of what was considered popular music in 1978. Moroder was already known for his work with Donna Summer, but this instrumental track was considered too experimental by many record executives. The entirely synthesizer-based composition was created using equipment that filled an entire room and required constant maintenance to stay in tune. The track gained unexpected popularity when it was used in the film Midnight Express, but its creation was anything but smooth. Moroder spent 3 months programming the synthesizers for the main sequence, and the final version was actually pieced together from over 300 separate recordings. The technical challenges were so significant that several electronic music pioneers visited the studio to study his methods. Few people know that Chase was originally conceived as a rock opera about car racing. The project was abandoned, but the main theme survived and became the track we know today. That's it, friends. If you've enjoyed these stories behind the music, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into music history. Share your own memories of 1978 in the comments below, and don't forget to like and share this video with friends who appreciate great music. Until next time, keep the music alive, and remember, these songs might have been forgotten by mainstream radio, but they live on in our memories and hearts.